Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And we're going to get a little spaced out early this morning. It is 3:08 in the morning here in Chicago. I'm up late night with conspiracies going through my head. This live is strictly hypothetical, theoretical. So this is not factual. I want to make that clear. This is just me bouncing around ideas. This is for entertainment purposes only. And everything in this video is allegedly hypothetical or theoretical. Okay? Let me just protect myself. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to buy that, but I'm not claiming any of this as like actual factual. This is just me saying some things I think. Okay. So these are just things that I think. And I decided to share it with my subscribers. And I wanted to do it while I was thinking about it. So for those of you that was waking up today, on this Thursday, December 18th, or just getting off of work, or whatever you're doing this Thursday, I hope you check it out and find it interesting. Now, everybody knows they don't follow what's going on. I follow, but I don't bring it onto my live stream. So I don't watch things out there and copycat just because it's popular. The only things I will talk about is things that I am really authentically on my own thinking about. If I'm not really thinking about it, I will not just see a story and say, oh, this is going to get views. Let me talk about that. I don't do that. I could probably be bigger if I did, but that's just not my thing. I won't be able to get into it. I have to talk about something I could really get into. So that's what I'm doing. This is a conspiracy. And once again, everything is allegedly, and everything is hypothetical and theoretical. Meaning I'm just kicking the bobos, as we say on the block. Now, why? Well, a lot of my live streams come from me talking to somebody on the phone or seeing something that stimulates my mind. And this one comes from me watching YouTube. I was watching some YouTube videos, and I end up clicking on a YouTube video that was talking about the Diddy documentary and everything with that, and the possibility of a part 2 and more information that has not been presented. And if I would have watched the first one like I did and did something else, I don't think I would have went live. But the way my phone was working on YouTube after the first one, another one popped up. So tonight I end up watching 2 videos on YouTube with people talking about the situation with Diddy, but they had added Snoop into the discussion. And they're kind of hinting around that Snoop might be in part 2 of the Diddy documentary. And they were kind of hinting around that that's why Snoop went silent. They were saying that Snoop is always on social media. And as soon as 50 dropped the documentary, they said Snoop has been ghosts. Ugh. I was like, ugh. So now the internet is pointing fingers at Snoop Dogg. Kind of heavy. Go check it out. It's not me. It's not me. It's just me expressing what I've seen. And it's right. Woo. We're going to get in all of it. And they're talking about lots of evidence and arrests. Diddy might got more worse charges coming. Allegedly. Everything is allegedly. Man. And they're pulling up all type of conversations that's been going on about this for years, including Cat Williams and others. And what's happening is, based on the documentary, now people are looking back at old footage, and the old footage is backing up the documentary. So things people said a while ago, now, like the one young lady that said she was a child. The young black lady said she was a child and she was there and she was implicating Snoop and Diddy. Everybody blew the young sister off, but now, oh man, 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 oh man. Now, I watch that kind of stuff a lot. Well, not this, because this is, I feel like, as far as the internet, going into 2026, I feel like we're going into a whole new world. And this is the first time I've watched things on YouTube, and I really feel like we're going into a whole new world. I kid you not. Like, things are about to be way different. Way different. And this is just me talking. I believe a lot of things from our past, especially those of us that's been watching hip hop and MTV and BET and the Source magazine and the rap beefs and the violence. I believe for a lot of us, a lot of things we've seen are going to be rehashed and explored a lot more heavier. I mean, it's the heat is up. It's hotter. Listen, y'all, it is hot out there right now. It is hot, hot, hot. And a lot of pictures and a lot of statements that people have made, rappers, actors, a lot of statements they made with the Diddy documentary. Those statements hit different. I'm telling y'all the facts. Like, things people said now have a whole different Meaning, I kid you not. And from what I'm watching, Snoop Dogg, allegedly, according to things I'm watching, not me, it ain't looking good. So what does that got to do with me? Well, me, while I'm watching this stuff, I'm pulling up all other things are coming up, right? Real talk. So it's affecting me. The Diddy documentary didn't do it, but the commentary on everything since then is pulling up concepts from me, my own concepts. And it's kind of heavy, but it's not on the same level like what everybody's saying with the Diddy situation, all that. It's more on the esoteric, dark side that I'm seeing some other things. So from watching those two videos and the things start coming up in my head, and I said, I just got to get it out. So that's what this is. I'm getting out things that these videos I've been watching is triggering me and what I'm seeing on a whole nother level. I kid you not. So I said, should I tell him this stuff? I said, yeah, I guess. But this is kind of heavy. But we're gonna do it. So let's start from the beginning. Now, one of the first things came to me because they started talking about it might be children involved. That a brother got some footage that he got from Kim Porter. He's got like 7 he's got a lot of information. Let's just put it like that, right? Right? I kid you not. Oh no, they say he's got like 11 flash drives. And this is the brother, Courtney Burgess, that allegedly got Kim Porter's info. Everything. And he's been summoned to come in front of the police, the federal FBI and all that. And he has testified and has been told don't say nothing about what he said. And this the guy with all the flash drives and all the video and everything from Kim Porter. So my mind was like, oh, whoa. But me being into the real realms of the dark side and the light and the dark and what's going on really in this world, while I'm looking at all this information and my mind's racing, my mind is also putting in other things that they're not going to put in. So I said, I better document my thoughts. So one of the first things I was thinking first is Puff, and right? And now they're hinting towards children being involved. So when I hear that, guess what I start thinking? I start thinking about his logo. And his logo is a baby. I'm not showing no pictures because what I'm saying is so crucial. I don't want to give anybody an opportunity to give me a copyright strike. So I'm showing no pictures. But think about this. The bad boy logo is a baby. It's a baby. That's really creepy right now. It's really creepy right now. So of course I can't think about Diddy without Suge, and it's like his logo is death row with like some demon looking red stuff on an electric chair. And I'm like, these dudes was dark. I always was creeped out by the death row. I always thought that was dark. But I didn't pay attention to the baby. That a grown man got a baby in his record label logo. Because I know it's a boy, but we don't usually call babies boys. We call them babies. So when you think of a bad boy, you're going to think of a boy about 7 years old, I think. 7. Now, I know baby. A baby's not a bad boy. I've never heard a baby being referred to as a bad boy. So this dude got a baby, and the other one got like some kind of demonic promoting death, basically. Death row, like you sign with us and you here till you die. And now I'm starting to trip out, right? So then I go look at the Bad Boy logo and it shows the Biggie Smalls album. That's a baby. Am I tripping? Somebody tell me something in the chat. Am I tripping? Am I reaching? Somebody tell me something. Am I reaching? Because all this stuff started to creep me out, and then I start to looking at everything. Everything, it's like I can see clearly now. It's like everything looks different. I always didn't like the Suge. I never would have paid attention to the Bad Boy logo. Never. Until they start talking about it might be a lot more charges and it might be children. And that just did something. Just how far out my mind be. My mind is way out there. So I had to make this live because ain't nobody mind going to be out there like that. I think I'm the only one. I ain't lying. Don't nobody think that's creepy? Considering? I'm just saying. Was it me? I need to find out if it's me, if I'm just tripping. Somebody say something because I need some backup. Or say, not you reaching or something because Once they start talking about more charges is going to come, and it might involve children, and they showed the lady that said she was abducted, and Ben said this. Right? And they kept saying children, children, children. I started tripping. So while I'm watching these videos, digging into this case more, saying it's going to be, saying that it's going to be, more charges, right? And it might include children. While I'm watching these videos and what they saying, my mind, the videos over there, I watched 2 of them tonight, but my mind was over here. I was adding stuff when they were saying it. Because I'm like, okay, he says his logo is bad. BAD. So I go look up Bad Boy and I see the Bad Boy logo is a baby with a pacifier in his mouth, which freaked me out when they start making accusations about children. It freaked me out. And so then what was crazy is how when you search a picture, there are a bunch of stuff would pop up. So it's a bunch of Bad Boy logos, and then it was Biggie's album cover, and that was a baby. That freaked me out. I ain't gonna lie. 2 babies. A baby on the Bad Boy logo and a baby on the Biggie Smalls. That was just creepy. Cause after what they were saying, that's what made it creep me out. I would have never paid no attention to that. I've been seeing them. I've been seeing the Bad Boy logo. I've been seeing the Biggie Small album and Nas. But I never looked at it no kind of way. Until tonight, I watched those 2 videos, and they talking about some more documentaries. It might be part 2, part 3. And people is going to, according to what I've been watching, people finna go to prison. That the feds is building a crazy case, and which also triggered me because I did think that when I seen what they charged Diddy for, I said, oh, they just want to hold him until they come with the next charges. And tonight, what I was watching makes that a lot more credible. In other words, it's looking like a lot of that stuff they took from his house haven't even been presented yet. That's what it's looking like. Y'all see where I'm going? According to the 2 videos I watched tonight that was made, when the feds raided his house, a lot of that stuff is still being investigated. It's almost like they just want to grab him so he wouldn't escape, slap him with something while they, okay, I'm telling you. It's all, now I'm thinking too, because I'll be thinking of things while I'm talking to y'all. I think it's the Russell Simmons thing. They're like, we're not letting you get out of here like Russell. Hey, JP Jackson. So while I'm listening to what they ain't saying nothing, I'm saying my mind is tripping out. So then I'm looking, I'm like, okay, Bad Boy Records got a child. Biggie Smalls got a child. Right? So then my mind started freaking out. So I started saying, okay, let me look at Death Row. Death Row got like like dark. It's like a red demon, basically, got somebody in an electric chair, right? So I'm showing you how I was building. So since all the videos was about Snoop a lot, because they was talking about Snoop, all these videos was not about they was about Diddy, but it's about Snoop. It's new videos out. Y'all gonna see them tomorrow. Y'all gonna see them all this week. There's new videos out, and they talking about Snoop. Hold on, I can at least show you. I can at least show you what I was watching. Y'all think I'm lying? Hold on. Hold on. It's gonna be in my history. Here they go. I can show that. Look. This one, 50 Cent admits why Snoop Dogg disappeared the moment Diddy Dog dropped, which 50 didn't say that. They be lying, but the video's heavy. So then after that video, then the next one came that said what Cat Williams knew about Snoop Dogg and Diddy's arrangement. Hey, man. And then look at this one down here. Oh, no, this is the first one I had watched. The Lionel B Show. 50 Cent warns why Snoop Dogg is next, which I don't think 50 said that. Feds talking after documentary. That one was the one I watched first. Then I watched this one, 50 Cent admits why Snoop did. Then the Cat Williams ones popped up. They just kept popping up. I wasn't trying to see them. Right? So check this out. So after okay, yeah, Bad Boy Records. Yeah, I said that's a dark name, Bad Boy. I go, let's look at Bad Boy Records. Oh, it's a baby. Then when you search a picture on Google, it's gonna take you. I go to the images. So I had a whole bunch of images. Then it showed Biggie and it's a baby. I'm like, oh wow. This is kind of creepy. That's it. And then Suge is creepy too. So I look at the Death Row. When I go to the Death Row, the Snoop album come up. And the Snoop album, it's like Animals and Humans. Hey, y'all tell me if I'm tripping. That's why I had to come. On the Snoop Dogg album, he's half animal, half person. He's a dog. Like they got him on the roof of a dog house. They got a female dog with her butt sticking out, which is like, right? And it looked creepy after watching this. So I said, this is creepy too. How did I miss this? It's like, it's creepy. After hearing all this, the doggy style, because doggy style, men can be intimate doggy style. Am I right or am I wrong? Doggy style could be some penitentiary stuff. Think about the concept. And if you look at the cover, it's creepy. Because my mind, while they all talking, my mind get on some esoterical, good, evil. So my mind go way out to outer space while they talking. I'm on a whole nother like sun rod type level. So no, it's like my vision is open and I'm seeing everything different. The Doggy Style album is creepy as hell. I never paid no attention. It's a bunch of animals. It's animals in you. It's like animals, basically. It's creepy. So then I start thinking about Snoop Dogg and Murder Was the Case. And he said the devil came and said, give your life to me. And he did. Go look at the Murder of the Case. He was there. His life was ending, and the devil came and said, come to me or something, right? Right? And Murder Was the Case. Did not he sell his soul to the devil in the video? He sold his soul to the devil, and he got up and he was alive. So I'm looking at all this now, and I'm tripping based on what they saying about Snoop, because they saying, and have you heard about the boiled egg test? I can't even say what that is. Who heard about the boiled egg test they make you take? Man, they say when you get in the industry, they make you take the boiled egg test. And they said they believe Snoop took it. But they said after Snoop took it, he got a fixation with eggs that he be posting, talking about eggs on a lot of his posts. I don't know, but they ain't gonna lie and post it. I ain't gonna look it up. I just took their word for it because 2 videos said the same thing. That Snoop end up with a factory. She always talking about eggs. So I'm like, what the heck is the boiled egg challenge, bruh? I can't even say that over here. Bruh. Don't post it over here. Don't post it. Don't post it. Don't post it. Like that kind of stuff. You can't post that kind of stuff. Hold on. I didn't try to delete you, but don't come back. I think I accidentally hit the button. Don't post that. Don't post that. Don't post that. Don't y'all post nothing to get the channel. Don't post. Don't. You see me not saying nothing. Don't post exactly what I'm. You see me. You know what I'm saying. Don't post it. Somebody bring up P. One of my mods, go and make sure. Oh, I just removed this comment. Okay, cool. I don't know if he was banned. If he's banned, unban PWR legend. I didn't try to ban him. I just want to get that comment out of here quick as possible. It's too creepy. I gotta talk. What I'm talking about, I gotta talk in codes. Is that bad? So I'm like, what? And then I tell you what's what freaked me out. A lot of people know all this stuff already. That's another thing. I said, everybody know all this? We in the dark. Like if you live in a decent life, we in the dark. So I'm like, Snoop sold his soul to the devil. This death row, this bad boy with a baby on there. You know what? They came into the game satanic. All that, all the accusations about Dr. Dre. Remember what Tupac and them was saying? The reason they didn't want to mess with Dre, and how they were saying Dre was, and then Dre leave and go to Jimmy Iovine. My man was spinning. Then I'm like, well, 50 end up over there with Eminem and G Unit end over there, but 50 fell out with Jimmy Iovine. Remember? He fell out with Interscope. And remember how quick 50 broke away from Dre and Jimmy IV? And he didn't make no beef out of it, but he you know, he wasn't pushing no more affiliation with that. Remember? He remember how boom he was at Interscope, him and Eminem, and then all of a sudden it was like, there was some tension there. But see, we weren't on Instagram, or we would have known. We would have known. And it was like Jimmy Iovine so cool with Dre after what they allegedly saying about Dre, and then Dre's situation with women, how he was doing women was, and all Suge's stories about him and Tupac's claims about him, and it's like, okay. So then I started looking, I said, you know what? Tell me if I'm wrong. It looked like Suge was over there on that dark side, had his toe in the water, and it looked like Suge and Tupac decided to leave the dark side and go into the light. That's what it looked like. Tell me if I'm reaching. Because and Tupac is my favorite, but I started seeing it looked like Tupac and Suge had their toe in the water, but didn't like it. And it looked like they went against the grain because look how Tupac came out with a whole new label. He wasn't going to be on death row. But look how they had Tupac in that bathtub with that jewelry on with no clothes on. Pause. So it was a little doubt. You know what I'm saying? It was like, right? No. Tupac had the euthanasia. Tupac started his own label called Euthanasia, but it didn't get off the ground because they unalived him. He got a whole logo for it. But look how Tupac is my favorite rapper, but I never liked that picture in the tub with no clothes on, with his legs open like that and jewelry between his legs. Something about, I did not, I was like, you know how somebody be your favorite and you try to overlook stuff? So I just tried to act like I didn't see that. But now, and then I'm hearing the story how Tupac was there with Kim Porter and allegedly Puff made some type of said something to Tupac and Tupac left, and that's allegedly that's where they fell off at a dinner party where Tupac came in with his girlfriend and Diddy was with Kim Porter, and Diddy like flirted, I don't know what word to say, with Tupac, and he left. Quincy too. And then you look at Lucien Grange, and you look at Clive Davis, and you look at Clive Davis and Diddy, you look at Lucien and Diddy, and you look at this, and it looked like Tupac and Suge was in it, didn't want to get out because all of a sudden Tupac was out of here and Suge was no longer in good graces. You know what I'm saying? It's like they they turned the lights off on Suge. Like, well, if you ain't gonna play, you gotta go. Think about it. What happened? What flip switched on Suge? And then boom, Snoop run to No Limit. And then boom, he's still all right. He with Martha Stewart. He at the Olympics. I'm going to check it out. So they keep saying that when Snoop made his pack, that's why he's the darling. And they claiming they got footage, allegedly, of Snoop and Diddy. For real. They claiming that Kim had footage. That's what they saying. And all of a sudden, Kim, boom, lobar pneumonia, right? Boom, Heavy D. Heavy D writing a documentary, right? Boom, unalive. Al B. Sure, boom, organ failure. Kim Porter, boom, pneumonia. Andre Harrell, boom, out of here. Look, Andre Harrell, out of here. Heavy D, out of here. Kim Porter, out of here. Al B. Sure, almost out of here. And they saying all of them was getting ready to write a tell-all book. All of them was getting ready to write a tell-all book. Craig Mack, out of here. Jaguar Wright, right, was saying a lot of stuff. I think they did something to her too. I think they slipped her a Mickey. Because there's something wrong with her. She still retained the knowledge, but something wrong with her, ain't it? Allegedly. I think they did something to that lady because she wasn't like that. And then it was like, they're like Snoop's two sons and Diddy's two sons is real tight. And then how did he pass? She might have been talking too much. That might be how her son passed. I ain't saying this is true. Nothing I'm saying over here is true. It's all allegedly. But what happened? You know what happened? Like, because see, you could be talking behind the scenes and nobody know you talking, but the people know you talking, right? So I could be talking behind the scene. Y'all don't know I'm talking, but the powers that be found out I'm talking. Something happened to me before y'all know that they know I was talking. So you ain't gonna suspect nothing. I'm just out of here to look normal. Then later you find out, oh, Pharaoh had information. I used to think that too. I used to think Pac saw through Snoop and cut him off. Now I think it's deeper than that. Now when I think about Suge and them at the video shoot with Pac and KC and JoJo, and he's saying that Dre was, LGBTQ the way they was doing it, it was more to that. It was a lot more to that. They wasn't just saying that about Dre. Something happened. Something happened that they never did say. And Tupac seen something that he never told. Tupac seen something. One of Snoop's sons, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? It's all now looking super creepy. Like when you find out something, you look back, you say, you know what? We don't know this stuff, but they all knew this stuff. And then you look back at how they would start moving. And you go, you know what? Stuff happened. Because they say Suge. Remember when Suge got into it with Danny Boy? And then Ray J, and what they say about Suge? What Suge was what they said about Suge? What was his punishment for men? All of that now is looking big crazy. It even make you wonder, why did what really happened? What really happened to Tupac? Did Suge hold him up in front of the bullets? Was Tupac talking too much about Suge? My man all over the place. Did Tupac find out something about Suge and was talking? My man all over the place. And who told Pac to get in that tub with them chains on and no clothes? And then when you see Pac when he was young, he was real girly. Like the teenager Pac was feminine. I tell the truth, that's my man, but the truth stand over everything. When you go watch the young Tupac when he lived on the East Coast, and he was in school, he was so girly. I tried to act like I didn't see it because that was my favorite rapper, right? I tell you straight up. I tried to act like I didn't see it. But I was like, you know, but when I seen him in that tub with that gold stuff on and no clothes on, I don't like that picture. And I didn't like the nose ring either. I didn't like the nose ring. Like all of this stuff is giving me like back memory trauma. It's like a lot of things now I can't get out my head. Because I didn't like the nose ring either. Like me and we didn't wear no nose ring. What make you put an earring in your nose? Only girls used to do that. I don't know. But I wouldn't put it past some of them men. I would, now I'm looking at the men and I'm looking at alleged rituals. And I'm looking at these rituals now, like seriously. In some cases, it almost looked like some people in the hip hop, it looked like they had put the rituals on them and converted them, and then they flipped back out of it. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. It looked like some of them was traumatized into it and then rejected it and went back the other way. Unless I'm tripping. Because Suge looked like he had his foot over there and then put it right. Because why did the industry flip on Pac and Suge all of a sudden? Is it because they was with it at first and decided they wasn't with it? Because that's what I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think that Suge was with it at first and then decided, I ain't with that. All of a sudden, bop, 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 bop. Never do, out the industry, out of it. Kanye been turned. I just didn't say nothing. Kanye, before he got in the industry, Kanye Easy E too. Remember Suge told that joke that somebody stuck a syringe in Easy E? Right on TV. Right on TV. Suge made a joke. What, on Johnny Carson, one of them night shows? Arsenio. Wasn't it Arsenio? All I know with all this stuff coming out is making you think historical, because now they're revealing stuff that happened way back. And now it's making things that you seen way back like, oh, so it's changing your whole, on Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, it's changing your whole, like it's changing my whole historical concept. You know what I'm saying? Like this information that's coming out is old. The whole thing right? The whole thing is it's old. So now when revelations come out and then they bring up certain people being unalive, which, you know, those type of cases never go away. They bring up stuff like that. And then they start recording the history. And then when you look back at the history looked different. The history looked different. I give you an example. I had got a job at a book factory, straight out of high school, I'm 18. I'm working where you load the paper for the thing, and I'm working next to this guy. I ain't gonna say his name, but I'm working next to this guy. Well, his name was Greg. Nobody gonna know which Greg. His name was Greg. So I'm working, I'm 18. Greg probably about 22, 21, 22. I'm 18. You young, your hormones is racing. You're 18, you're gonna be 19. There was some older women there. They was fine. You know, you were starting to really get attracted to women, right? And so when the lady, like one lady would walk, I think her name was Cassandra or Sandra. She was fine, boy. And I was like, dang, she fine. And he would say, she all right. I ain't paying no attention. Then another one. Go by, I said, man, she this and that. He like, I guess so. She ain't all that to me. I ain't paying no attention, right? My auntie used to take me to work. We went to work together and go home. So one morning when we going home, she had seen me over there talking to Greg all the time. So we get in the car. She say, you know Greg gay, right? Well, I'm 18. I don't know nothing about none of that. So when she told me that, now my vision changed. This what this reminded me of. So now I'm rewinding. Dang it, no wonder every lady I see, he shoot it down. That's what this reminded me of. Like everything he was doing now, I was like, oh, because I didn't see none of that. I didn't know nothing about that lifestyle. And he was kind of hiding it. He wasn't being, see what I'm saying? He know I don't know, so he not gonna show me. Especially back then, it was probably forbidden. What's this, 1976? So he not showing me. And it's not till my auntie tell me that now I could see it. That's what this remind me. Like, no wonder this dude, every lady, he don't like none of them. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? I was in the dark. My auntie probably knew I was in the dark. It seemed like it seemed like it seemed like they was down at eyebrow, but didn't know what they was down with. Just like the story I just told. I could have ended up hanging out with that dude. I could have went, he could have talked me into going to breakfast with him and stuff before my auntie told me. So then I'm looking sus at that point because I've been hanging out with him and going places with him, but I don't know. And then she tell me, so now everybody, if they do know, they thinking, right? Everybody that do know he like that, they how they looking at me? They're looking at me like I'm dibbling and dabbling, but I don't even know. So it's like these dudes is in this stuff and stuff is happening, but they keep it a secret. They keep it a secret. Choke no joke talk about it. The way they was certain dudes, people was flirting with Choke, but doing it in a way where if Choke say something, everybody don't know what the hell Choke talk about. But you know what he talk about. These people is harassing me. But they doing it in a way where Choke know, but nobody. Imagine how many women that happened to where they're being harassed, but it's on the low. So none of the employees know you being harassed. Because that's basically what the dude was doing to me, Greg. He was basically trying to see if he could groom me, I guess. Basically, till my auntie told me and my whole vibe, you know what I'm saying, got super masculine with him. I ain't going to get into how that went. That went sideways real quick. Yeah, that went sideways. Yeah, that went sideways. I went back to work the next day. I was like, you know, man, I don't like this. I was like, man, I don't like this. He's like, I don't like that either. And I was like, man, I don't like that. I started just making stuff up. He's like, yeah, it's all right. I was like, I don't like that. Then I started talking about this food. I don't like this food. He said, oh, okay, yeah. And I don't like this. Right? Yeah, I see you, bro. I was like, I don't like this. And he's like, yeah, I don't like it either. And then I said, no, you're not bad. That was an accident. I didn't mean to push that button. And then I said, but there's one thing I really can't stand. I act like I didn't know he was what I was going to say. And I said, I really can't stand, you know what I'm saying? But I said it in a way where I was acting like I didn't know he was what I can't stand. I set him up playing with a real one. I set him up. Oh, I can't stand this. I can't stand that. I can't stand this. But one thing I really can't stand, you know what I'm saying, is a so and so, so and so. And he never spoke to me. He never. I said, it's one thing I really can't stand. You know what I'm saying? Since we playing dumb, I act like I didn't know he was, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's how we gonna do it? All right, let's play. Let's play. He was playing with Lil Pharaoh. Let's play. Let's play. He played with Lil Pharaoh. Matter of fact, I wasn't even Pharaoh. I was still Michael. I hadn't even got on that. I ain't had no dreads. No, I'm straight out of high school. I'm 18. He played with Stu Gambling. So I said, I don't like this. I set him up. He's like, I don't like that either. I don't like this. He's like, well, it's all right. I said, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like that. But you know what? I really, 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 really don't like. Say what? I don't like woo out the bell. Man, you should have seen his face, and I act like I didn't know he was one. I was like, what about you? I played dumb, like I didn't know. I want your response on that. I played straight dumb. And he never spoke to me ever again. Because the way I said it, because I was like, really messed one up. Yeah, beat, you know what I'm saying? Woo out the bell. I really, you know what? I really, 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 really don't can't say. He's like, what? I said, that man never said hi or nothing. We come to work, he worked, and I worked. All of that dibby stuff, that shit was over. I act like I didn't know you was that, you know. Boy, stop playing with me. Just like I didn't know what you was on, I still don't know what you on then. If that's what we doing. I don't know what you on. So still no, I don't know what you on. So now I got him like he thinking, I better not let him find out what I'm on because I came here like, don't let me find out what you on. Basically. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Chief Keef. That's that I don't like. Well, Chief Keef wasn't even out in 1976. And I was all, that's the, I don't like. Real talk. That's what's going on up in that's what they was I know exactly what they was going through because that's what happened to me at the book factory. They was around people having no ideas going like that. It's like a dude get out of prison and you hanging with him, but you don't know what go on in prison. So you don't know what he been doing in there. You think he just went to jail and got out. You don't know. He might have been a bandit. You know what I mean? Real talk. So this whole thing, I just wanted to share that with y'all. That the whole thing is kind of creepy. I think people going to prison for unalive people and all that. I think this is going to be bad. I really do. I believe this is going to be bad, and I believe Diddy got more charges coming for sure. They just wanted to have him sit still so they could hit him with the M. Hit him with a case for the M, for the unaliving. Yep. They had to, now it all makes sense why it was all fumbled up, why they rushed, why they didn't have why the case they didn't try it, because they didn't care. All they wanted to be able to do was have him sit still at least 1 year. Oh, he's gonna get new charges. He's gonna get new charges. He's gonna get charged with an M. They're gonna probably charge him for Kim Porter. They might charge him for Heavy D, Kim Porter. He got charges coming. He gonna get an M. Yep, he gonna get an M. And according to some people, there's missing children. There's missing children. According to some people. And some other big rappers that was always smiling and taking pictures with him, they better it's looking real spooky. Especially at two of the biggest on the East Coast. It's looking spooky for dude too. And y'all know who I'm talking to. Don't say his name. Keefy D gon' put the nail in the coffin. All they need is to find that check that got cashed. That's it. They find that $1 million check, it's over. If the feds find that $1 million check, what bank it was cashed at, it's over. But he's looking at, to me, it's looked like Diddy might be looking at 3 or 4 M's. Serious. And worse. Because there's a lot of missing children in America and all type of stuff. And this might just open up a can of worms we can't even imagine. It's looking real spooky. So they saying that's why Snoop then went cold. It's not on social media at all. They said that from the day the document came out, Snoop is not Snoop no more. Because they were showing like Snoop posting everywhere. They said when the document came out, Snoop disappeared Snoop is gone off the internet. Totally. And his name is buzzing because they said they got a video of him and Puff that Kim had. That Kim got a video of him and Puff. They saying Snoop looking like he don't know he being recorded. Hey man, this is heavy. Like you could tell people seen it. Because they saying in the video, you could tell Snoop don't know they're recording it. Snoop don't know Diddy recording him. Diddy was recording people without their knowledge. Had cameras through his whole house in every room. You know it's deep when somebody described what Snoop was looking like. Come on, man. Do that sound like a lie? To the point you describing that it looked like he didn't know he was being recorded? This is allegedly, this is what they saying. I did. It talk about how much he loved hard-boiled egg. Yeah. Because I had to look that up. I just looked that up. Yep. That's what's going on with Daz. Corrupt? I don't know. Then the doggone video of Warren G saying he was dead Snoop when they was in Vegas with Pac. And man. And Snoop got the walkie-talkie and heard him say, got him. Yup. Snoop got the walkie-talkie, Warren G there. At the last minute, Snoop told all of them, don't go to Vegas. Dad said he went anywhere and told him, I ain't got to be around them. And Warren G was talking, and this already over the internet. And Warren G said he heard them say, got him. And then Reggie Wright, sloppy. I don't even have me go there. Reggie, sloppy. All mixed up in it. Keefy D told everything. Told everything. And Keefy D is not, he's going to tell everything. Keefy D is going to tell, he got cancer. And he is most definitely probably not going to live to get out. He want to get out right now. And the dude in the car with him, Snoop did a song with him. Snoop did a song with the one, I think, in the back seat. They said they had to lean over. Yeah. Snoop was phony. Snoop was phony. He told them he didn't like Hit 'Em Up. But there's a video, him all on stage, hit him up like he loved it. But Snoop is phony anyway. I been ain't like Snoop for years. Because I was like, this is the phoniest dude in rap. He is the phoniest rapper I ever seen in my life. You could see he's like a sleazeball. He's slimy, man. You could see it. He got no loyalty, none. And they talking about when he didn't come when Pac got shot, and then when he showed up, they said he threw up. They said he threw up, right? And they say the way he threw up. They say when Snoop finally got to the hospital, the way he threw up, they said, professionals have said that was from guilt. That there's no way he would have threw up like that. They said that when him throwing up like that was from his own guilt and emotions inside of him. Everybody say when Snoop threw up, it's because he was guilty. And I forgot what they said. Afeni said something real subtle. But you could, I can't stand Snoop Dogg. You could see he phony. You could Snoop. I ain't been like Snoop forever. I do not like Snoop Dogg. You could see he was phony. Matter of fact, I never liked Snoop when he got with Pac. I used to look at his face when him and Pac would be doing interviews, and you could see Snoop was just hating. Snoop hated Tupac claim to that level. You could see it was all over his face. He couldn't even hide it. And I'm watching Tupac ride with this dude, and I'm looking at Snoop. I'm like, Snoop don't like you. On that ain't nothing but a gangster party. You could see Snoop's face when they was doing interviews. You could see Snoop was just full of hate. Split Death Row. between the Crips and the Bloods, which messed Daz up because Daz didn't want to do that. Daz didn't want to do that, but Corrupt got Corrupt got addictions. Okay, ain't nobody that skinny like that. You know, I think he was an alcoholic or something, allegedly. Corrupt can't be trusted. You know what I'm saying? That's why Daz look like, you ever notice Daz look like he on solo, don't he? It ain't really Daz and Corrupt. It's like Corrupt to show up to do a show, but Corrupt ain't really riding with Daz. Daz with Dolo. If you watching the beef between Daz and Snoop right now, Daz Dolo. Corrupt a snake too. I don't like Corrupt. You can't trust Corrupt further than you can see him. He's slimy. You can't trust Corrupt. And they did Daz dirty because he produced almost all that stuff. Daz and Heard 'Em Bad produced all that stuff. Daz one of the best producers in the game. They cheated Daz. He was a machine for Death Row. Dre lazy. Everybody know Dre take 3 years to make one song. Dre is another phony. You can see Dr. Dre as phony as a $2 bill. You can even look how Dr. Dre deal with Eminem and 50. He don't even really like them. Y'all ain't noticed Dre? Y'all don't notice how Dre deal with M and how Dre deal with 50? You can cut the tension with a knife. Dre over there with Jimmy Iovine. You know, everybody know what's up with Dre. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know what's up with Dre. You know what I'm saying? He did because I knew Barney Rubble. I knew Barney Rubble in L.A. He used to come by the record store when I worked for Shantae's Record. And Barney Rubble produced a lot of stuff, and he would be talking about it right there. Like Dre put his name. I do all the work. Dre put his name on it. Y'all ain't nobody even heard of Barney Rubble. And you know how much stuff Barney produced? And Dre put his name on it? Because the number one producer over there was DJ Quick. My bad. Quick was the number one producer. A lot of them drums and stuff, Quick did it, and Dre took the credit. Yeah. Quick was the number one producer, and Daz was number two. And Dre would take your stuff and put his name on it. He did Barney Rubble like they did. He tried to do Heard 'Em Bad. And Snoop wasn't nothing because Heard 'Em Bad told me, he said, because Heard 'Em Bad, that produced Hail Mary and all that, Heard 'Em Bad was in a singing group. He from St. Louis. And one of the dudes in the singing group stole some money from Suge. So they came one day and Suge made them sit out there outside the office, and then it came out. You know how they want to beat them up. But Heard 'Em Bad told Suge, I don't got nothing to do with it. So Suge, I don't know what happened to the other 2 or 3 dudes in the group. I think they got did dirty. And then he asked Heard 'Em Bad, what you do? Because Heard 'Em Bad was producing, he was singing in the group, but he was producing all the music. So Suge went and got a room and filled it with equipment and put Heard 'Em Bad in the room. I heard him bad say he was in that room for weeks just making beats, making beats. He said Snoop was a hater. That Snoop would walk back and forth and never say hi, never speak to him or nothing. He said he was in there working. He had the door kind of pushed closed. He said the door opened one day and Tupac came in there. And Tupac, let me hear what you got. And he said Tupac was the only one in there that showed me some love. Yep. He said he's the only one that showed me some love. He said Snoop was nothing. Because I worked with Hurt 'em Bad. I think I got about 4 tracks from Hurt 'em Bad. I need to put some rappers on them tracks. Yeah. So they wouldn't. But like I said, anybody could see Snoop was a phony as hell. When Snoop first came out, I liked his music and everything, but I just never liked Snoop Dogg. He always was phony. Sam Snead produced a lot of stuff too, and look what they did to him. They jumped him. That's why Suge didn't run. Suge was in there bullying and stuff. He didn't run it right. He was in there being a goofy. And the dude that made the Death Row logo, his brother made my logo. That was my man that made my logo. That was his brother out there. Because like my brother made the Death Row logo. The dude that made my logo. He was in Chicago. He was working for that black newspaper. The brother that made this logo. His brother made the Death Row logo. He made the logo with the record or CD, whichever. I made it so it could be a record or a CD with the world on it. His brother was the Death Row. Battle Cat did a lot of stuff too. But the main producer was DJ Quick. Daz. And then Hurt 'em Bad and all them was doing some stuff. But the main two was Daz and DJ Quick. Daz made a lot of shit for them. Him and Quick. Daz one of the best producers in the game. Quiet as it's kept. Suge could have been the biggest, but Suge was too young. Suge was too young. And then Suge was too young. And it's like in the gangster world. A lot of people don't understand in the gangster world, because people be like, you didn't grow up no gangster. People say all the time, that's false. You could go to college and everything. Anywhere from 16 to like 45, you can become a gangster. Facts. You don't got to be out in the streets. You don't got to be in no gang or nothing. Anywhere in that time period, you could become a gremlin. Dudes that be telling you, now you got to grow up out there, that's false. You just like a dog. A dog is a puppy, and then a dog become a full-grown dog. And once that dog is a full-grown dog, at any time in that period, that dog could turn any kind of way it want to turn. It don't got to be vicious as soon as it get 2 years old. That dog could be on something at 3 years old, 4 years old, five. As long as that dog is old enough, that dog can be vicious. It just can't be vicious when it's a baby, when it's only 1 year old and 9 months. But once that dog is over 2 years old, hey, anytime after that, that dog can be a gangster dog. Ain't none of that, oh, you wasn't a gangster at 3. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. And that's what happened to Suge. People like Suge wasn't no gangster at the college. Bullshit. Suge was a gangster. And at any time that can happen. It don't matter because you went to no college. Going to college don't stop you from acting the way you want to act just because you went in the street. You do not got to be in the street no long period of time. That's all false. That's false information. That's false. Regular dudes with jobs, they don't nothing, go to prison constantly a term a prisoner. Play with dude. Play with dude. A dude go to prison at 35. Boy, that's not the same man that wasn't in prison. Put him in there for 6 months. Talk about he ain't no gangster because he wasn't no gangster before he went to prison. All right, play with him. That ain't the same dude, bro. That's not the dude that was outside. Dude, not dude no more. Even when you listen, even when you in the streets already, and you hear, and you go to that county jail or that prison, you still go up to here. Even if you're a gangster, this not a gangster, this a gangster. Go to the county jail for 4 months, 6 months. Go to prison. You still going to here. Facts. You're going to still be worse than whatever you was. That's an absolute fact. Oh yeah. Don't y'all listen to that. Don't y'all listen to that. How long you been in the streets? So that ain't even. It's not real. That's not real. Because they say about Suge, oh, you was a football player. That don't mean nothing, man. What that mean? We got professional athletes not going to jail, going to prison. Snoop ain't never been nothing. You right. Snoop always been a snake. I ain't like Snoop since way back. I ain't like Snoop. I ain't like Snoop. I ain't like Snoop since soon as Tupac joined Death Row, I didn't like Snoop no more. Because you could see Snoop. You could like look. He just looked phony. You could see he never liked Pac. Not a day. Because he was jealous, but that was good business. Put Pac out there, Snoop, and just chill and get a real good album and come back out. Because when he went over there with a No Limit, them albums was trash. Snoop was so busy trying to be a star, he ain't make no good records. He had a record with nothing. Next record, Drop It Like It's Hard. He ain't never made a good record since Doggy Style and The Chronic. Because he's so busy, mad because Tupac came, which was good business. Suge did the right thing. Everything was supposed to be the Pac when he got there. Pac was supposed to get the priority. You Snoop Dogg, you got Doggy Style. Tupac got Round and Round, Round We Go. Tupac got hits already. Tupac already a star. You're just going to come in, you're going to put Tupac out there, you're going to do everything for Tupac. What Snoop's supposed to do is sit still and concentrate on your album. Tupac giving you a chance to drop a bomb. You're like, oh, good, Pac here. Now I don't got to rush my album. That's all. Now I don't have to rush my album. Great. Because I got to outdo Doggy Style. Pac going to give me some time. Business. Snoop messed that up, blew that. He blew it. He blew it, bro. The last meal, ain't nothing Snoop made. All that shit trash. The Snoop ain't made no good music since The Chronic and Doggy Style. Snoop is trash. He wasn't supposed to want. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't thinking right. He was thinking wrong. He wasn't thinking right. He shouldn't have been thinking about Tupac. He should have just been thinking about Snoop Dogg. Because the thing is, the more he would have stayed, if he would have just got the hell out the way, that's what he should have did. He shouldn't have let nobody see him no more. That drive your stock up. See, in music, you could be seen too much. It's music. If you be seen too much, that's not good. Especially when you sing a lot and then you drop something that's not as good as he got to come back. He should have got the hell out the way. And every opportunity he got with Dre on the side, got with Das, and put together another super masterpiece, featured Tupac on one song, waited, and dropped it like a bomb. He should have got the hell away from Tupac, too. He should have got the hell away from Tupac. Because Tupac going to mess him up. And it's going to mess up his style. You know what I'm saying? But he was young. You understand? Snoop was young. Snoop would agree with everything I'm saying now, but he's more mature. But he was young. So, you know, you're dealing with kids, basically. So I can't hate him for that. He was too young to know that. I'm just saying what he really should have did was get the hell out the way. Don't even show up at the studio or nothing. And then when you see Pac, and Pac say, why you not showing up? He like, I'm trying to stay out your way, bro, so you could do your thing. And so that I could do my thing, I want you to get on the song. Tupac would have understood. He would have been like, that make a lot of sense. He like, Pac, if I hang around you, our styles going to start bleeding together. I need to get out of the way. I got to drop a bomb. Go out there and drop 2 or 3 bombs. So now when I come back, boom. Snoop had bigger than he was Snoop Doggy Dogg. Snoop identity was through the roof. Snoop was Snoop Dogg. He was the biggest rapper in the world. That was Snoop Dogg. He didn't need no extra nothing because he had did the soundtrack for the movie. Murder Was the Case. Wasn't that for a movie? Dre had Snoop ready. He did the Murder for the Case for the album, right? That wasn't even on Snoop's. That wasn't even Snoop's album. Then he did the Chronic with Dre. Then he had Doggy Style with Straight. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about what it really was in real life. The only way Tupac can dim your light is if you get in the way. If you move, he can't dim your light. That's the song with the Lawrence, yeah, the song on the Lawrence Fishburne. Listen, if you Snoop, the only way Pac could outdo you is if you stay there while he there. If you get out the way, nobody gonna compare him to you. It's psychology. If you try to drop with him, that's when you're gonna get compared. But if you stay out the way and let him drop, nobody gonna compare you. Because Tupac album was not, nobody considered Tupac's album better than Doggy Style. Nobody. No, Doggy Style never went down because of Tupac. Doggy Style was still Doggy Style. And Doggy Style was the most global rap album ever. Facts. I talked about that before. Doggy Style was the only rap CD that I seen to everybody's house. And when I say everybody, Belizeans, the Belizeans had it. The Jamaicans had it. The Nigerians had it. Pop wasn't up in their houses. They ain't had Tupac. I'm telling you. And the album cover was one of the best album covers in rap history because the way the cartoon was, you could see Snoop album sideways all the way over there. So that's how I know the Belizean them had it, because when they would put a Snoop CD with the other CDs, you could see that bluish color. Oh, that's Snoop. You could see Snoop CD. You could see Snoop CD. If anybody had this CD, and you know how you have the CDs like these records, if anybody had their CDs lined up like that, if you can't identify nothing else, you could identify Snoop CD. That's how cold the artwork was. It was rare. That was the first time anybody used that artwork. And then he was the first one that turned into a Doberman. He was straight. Like, that was the first time. Suge did Snoop great. That was the first time they used that type of camera work where he turned into a Doberman. You know what I'm saying? All he had to do was get the hell out the way. That's it. He was a kid, bro. He's a kid. Kids. These are kids, bro. You're not full grown till you get what, 28? Look at Snoop's first songs on the bike. He's on a bicycle with his afro. He was a kid. I can't hold that against him. He was a kid. I can't. I'm 60 something. Of course I'm going to be 70 in 2 years. So of course I'm thinking like that. But I can't expect Snoop that's still on a bike to understand this. I can't expect Suge to understand it because Suge was new in the record business. Suge didn't know how to manage it. And that's what Suge made a mistake, because Suge should have this Suge, and he run the record label. You got Snoop, and then you bring in Tupac. Suge should have moved out the way and let Dre run all of that part. But Suge stayed in the way. That's why Dre had to leave. He should have moved, and he should have let Dre be the boss, and he be the big boss out the way. Dre would have knew how to do that. Dre would have did the Tupac and Snoop stuff perfectly. Dre had more experience. Suge didn't have no experience. Dre already had experience from being with Eazy-E, with NWA. Dre had way more experience. So Suge messed it up because he was young. See, Suge was young. He messed that up. Suge should have got out the way. He micromanage. It ain't that he micromanaged, but like if you a coach, you got to know how to put your pitchers in the game. And so he just didn't put Dre in the game like he was supposed to. He did not take advantage of having a Dr. Dre. He fucked that up. Tell me I'm lying. Dre, boom, Eazy-E, NWA, blow. Go to Death Row, Snoop, blow. Suge mess up. He go. Eminem, through the roof. 50 Cent, bam. Look at Dre. Look at Dre. Suge ain't got no credit for no Eazy, no NWA, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and 50 Cent. That's all Dr. Dre. Name 4 people, you know what I'm saying? He should have got out the way and let Dre do his thing. Dre would have known exactly what to do. See what I'm saying? Dre would have known what to do. Him and Dre were supposed to be partners, but Suge wanted to be the boss, but that wasn't the arrangement. The arrangement was we were going to be partners. Suge came in and wanted to be the boss. That ain't the deal Dre made with you. Dre didn't need Suge. Suge needed Dre. Dre didn't need no goddamn Suge. So Suge messed that up. That's why he's sitting his goofy ass where he at right now. Suge dumb. Suge is a dummy. But Suge had the right idea, the way to make him look. He could have did that part. He did that part good, don't get me wrong. But he could have did that without being in the studio. He could have just gave the idea, this how much money we going to spend for this. we going to have helicopters. He should have stuck with that. He should have let Drake put the albums out. He should have let Drake, because Dre wouldn't have messed up Sam Snead. Dre wouldn't have messed none of that up. They would have been still big. Dre wouldn't have messed none of that up. Jimmy Iovine bought in Dre and got out the way. Tell me I'm lying. Jimmy Iovine said, come on, got out the way. He just got out the way. He let Dre be Dre. Dre go get Eminem. Eminem get a 50 Cent CD show. Dre go get him. Do the same thing twice. Bam, bam. And what he do? He did just what I said he would have did. He kept Eminem and 50 Cent out of each other's way. You did not see Eminem and 50. It was Eminem and it was 50. 50 was G-Unit. He did not mix that. Think about it. He didn't mix them. He didn't have them trying to do no songs together and shit. He had Eminem doing Eminem stuff. He had 50 doing 50 stuff. That's what Suge messed up at. How the hell you lose Dr. Dre, boy? And now you in prison, Dr. Dre, rich as hell. And you're a dumbass in prison. That's a whole nother thing about Suge. Suge shot himself in the foot. He gonna get up there all in the videos about Puff. Next thing you know, who all in the pictures with the cigar? He did the same thing he criticized Diddy for. He didn't get in the videos, but he was in the pictures. They got the death row pictures. They all got on the red. Suge got the big cigar. Every time you look up, you got to see his big head ass. He should have get the hell out the way. You don't supposed to see no CEO. Show me Jimmy Iovine with pictures with cigars with the rappers. Show me Clive Davis in the picture with the cigars with the singers. Show me anybody run a big record label, got taking pictures, photo shoot with the artist. Should take a photo shoot with the artist. Remember that big photo shoot he did? They all looking. I said, "This you did the same thing." You said you did the same thing. That's the problem. Suge wasn't gonna never rule the West Coast. He should have let Dre should have ran the West Coast, and Suge should have just got his money quietly. He should have made Dre look like the boss, and he should have made Dre look like the boss. That's what Jimmy Iovine made Dre look like the boss. Nobody ever thought about Jimmy Iovine. When they thought about him, they thought about Dre. But they on Interscope. Dre ain't the boss, but Jimmy Iovine made Dre look like the boss dealing with Eminem. Jimmy Iovine out the way, just get the bag. Suge should have got out the way and let Dre be the label. And all Suge had to do was be the enforcer, get all the bloods and stuff from prison, and make sure they don't have no problem to keep it gangster. That's it. And then listen to Dre. Dre say, Suge do this, got it. She'll do this, got it. Sometimes the boss is not the one giving the orders. The boss is one that's fulfilling the orders. The boss is the one that make the orders happen. You the boss, dude say, I need this. Got it. You the one go get it. That's the boss. You know what I'm saying? That's the boss. The boss don't design the album cover. You say, I want it like this and this and that. I got it. Hey, here. I want to do this song. Boom. All right, that's all right. But we need a better song. This ain't gonna sell. That's what the boss do. Suge didn't even have to do that because he got Dre. Dre gonna pick the best songs. What? So Dre is making it easy for Suge. You ain't gotta pick no songs. You ain't gotta do no song arrangements. You don't gotta do no producing. You don't gotta do nothing. All you gotta do is stay out the way and work the economics. That's it. You got Dr. Dre. That fool had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Tupac. How do you mess that up? If we would have left him alone, Eminem would have been over there at 50. How big Death Row would have been? How big Death Row would have been? With Snoop Dogg, Tupac, Dre, Eminem 50, because Dre dropped his own albums. Dre albums sell like crazy too. Dre was a superstar. His albums was fire. The Chronic, that's Dr. Dre. The Chronic is fire. How do you mess that up? Now you dissing Dre, call him LGBTQ. I got Tupac dissing Dre. Wrong move. Got Tupac looking like a goofy. Dissing Dre. Next, Tupac in jail. Get out. Fight. Boom. Shot. How you got Tupac in a situation getting a fight and he out on parole all the way from New York? He was got violated anyway. If you're a boss, Mike Tyson gonna fight. Tupac like, I want to go see Mike Tyson. Boy, we ain't going to see no damn Mike Tyson. Boy, you just got out of jail. We ain't going nowhere. Get your ass in the studio and write some songs. We better turn that show and watch on TV. Ain't no way I would have took him to no Mike Tyson fight. And you out on bail. Bro, let's beat your case. Sit your ass down. Too many things could go wrong with you out in the streets. Too many things could go wrong. You're not going no Tyson fight. That's where you need somebody to know what they doing. Everybody know when you go to a fight, everybody to fight be fighting. Everybody want to fight. Why would you take Tupac? Everybody want to fight. He trying to prove he a gangster. He trying to prove y'all got extreme loyalty, so he gonna show y'all his goofy ass went over there and beat up somebody on parole. Do I think Pac wouldn't have stayed with Digital Underground? Pac would have went solo. Pac was already dropping solo albums. Them albums he was dropping wasn't Digital Underground. Pac had already went solo. They got me trapped. Yeah, you can't keep the black man down. Trap. Pac was already gone. I get around, round and round. Shock G was doing some producing, but Tupac was a solo artist already. He wasn't a digital underground. He was Tupacalypse. Shock G would have never had kept him. Shock G would have put him solo. Shock G wouldn't have kept him in on digital underground. Tupac was going to be big regardless. Yeah, he's going to be big. He's going to be big regardless. But Tupac, was just doing too much. He was doing too much. He didn't know how to sit down. Once he became a Hollywood star, I don't know why he was in hotels and all that. Like, Tupac didn't know how to get out the way. He was a big movie star, and then he went to jail. The man was a movie star already, was bigger than life. If he ain't in the room with them goofies and they did that to that girl, he wouldn't go to jail and he would have never been on death row. He would have got a solo deal for how many millions of dollars? And Tupac ain't no dude that need nobody to help him make no records. Tupac know how to make hits. Tupac know how to make hits. That whole chain of events ruined Tupac's life. Hanging out, which is a lesson for you young brothers. All that hanging out, that's not it. I be trying to tell women this, they don't be listening. Yeah, you get married. Yeah, you're in a relationship, trying to buy a house, trying to get your finances. All that running around backfire. You got to make your mind up. You want the bag or you want to play. You can't be playing. You got to get the bag. Like me, I'm getting ready to write this book, do these book tours. How much money that's going to be? I talked to a woman right now. She's going to be talking about when we going to get together, we going to hang out. Girl, if you don't, we not finna hang out. What part of I'm finna write a book you don't understand? I'm not finna hang out with you like that. I got to write this book. I'm trying to get the bag. I'm not doing that. And that's been my problem with relationships. Like you're trying to get the bag, she want to play. Then you break up. And then she calling you, you got to help her with money. I thought you was smart. What you mean you need $300? If I was a goofy like you, I wouldn't have $300. So let me get this straight. You saying I need to play more. We break up. You playing. I'm doing what I've been doing. You call me to get money. But I should play more. If I was playing like you said, I wouldn't have had the 300. Fool. But here you go, though, boo. You know, here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking is you're going to crash. Because one thing about playing and having fun, it can't keep up with bills. Playing is like play. Bills is like, bills ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Bills not playing. You get your check, you got $2,500. 2 days later, you got $2,000. 3 days later, you got 17. Oh, that phone bill 116. Car insurance 14. Go get some groceries 13. You look up $300. Sometimes you barely make it, and then the next check comes. Facts. And then that first check, you had to take care of everything, so now you get the second check. Now this when the goofy chick want to run around, mess the second check up too. You're supposed to sit down on the second check, so now when you get the next first check the next month, you're sitting on $1,500 that you didn't save. So you can slap that money on top of it, then pay everything. You might got $500 left with the 15. Now you got $2,000. Get another check. That's how you get up to $3,500. Do the same thing, $4,000, $5,500. And you look up and you chill, and it's $20,000, $30,000. And then you say, okay, let's go have some fun. Let's go break $1,500 off. Break $1,500 off. You cool, babe? I hope you is, because that's it. We're not doing that no more no time soon. I hope you enjoyed the $1,500 we spent eating dinner with all this, because it's back to, I don't know what you on. I know you happy we got, I know you happy we got 25,000, but your boy trying to have 75,000. You tripping. Because you get 25,000 and you start playing. Now you back down to 7,000. And you know when you get down to 7,000, something gonna break. You already know your car gonna break, something gonna break. You ain't trying to do all that stupid ass playing. Don't nobody want to play. We want money. Playing with hardly no money is no fun. You having fake fun. Chilling with a lot of money is way more fun. Chilling, watching TV with $200,000 cash is better than having fun with $2,500 any day. Any day of the week. Chick gonna tell me, we gotta live our life. 30,000, 31,000, 32,000. I'm living my life. 33,000. This is so much fun. 34,000, 35,000. This is a lot of fun. Can't hit everybody. It wasn't about hitting nobody. It was about you a star. Why is a star out here fighting? Real simple. You the star. If we gang members and I'm in the gang and you Tupac and I see dude, I'm not gonna say there go dude. I'm gonna just go handle that. No, Pac, you stay your ass here. The goofies let Pac go. You know what I'm saying? How y'all let Pac run over there? The goose that laid the golden nail. This how y'all getting paid. Goofies. You're supposed to be a gangster. You telling Pac, there go dude. So you're supposed to catch a violation for that. Who the one told Pac dude was over there? Okay, you get the DP, boy. You get DP, boy. Boy, you get DP. What you tell Pac for, punk? Why you ain't go handle that? Pac goofy. You go kick somebody while you out on bail. You can't make this up. Bro, seriously? You do know you just violated your... Bruh. Pac come out, you seen the fight, now you want to fight. They should have been like, Punk, calm that shit down, Pac, let's go. Pac could do that. Death row, a whole bunch of dudes want to whoop somebody. Suge kicked the dude, he went to prison. Just look what happened. Kicked the dude, Pac got on the line, Suge went to prison. Just like that. Suge went to prison over that same situation for kicking the dude. Death row, now Reggie Wright, who don't know what he doing, running stuff. Just like that. The fight unalived Pac and sent Suge to prison, and death row was over. Death row was over that night. Think about it. He wasn't out nothing but a few months. Sugar do goofy too. You go kick somebody, you on parole. He out on parole. Pac out on bail. Pac unalive. Suge in prison. Death row is over. Loser label. It's the row. Now it's the row. It's what is this? You can't make this stuff up. Then you go back to prison. And the only way you're going to get out is to go in there and snitch on Keeper D. You know what I'm saying? Go out to go snitch. He practicing snitching. You know what I'm saying? Getting his snitch game ready. Because he doing a lot of talk for a gangster. Keeper D told me he should fuck. You know what I mean? I don't care nothing about Suge. I don't like Suge. I don't like bullies. I don't like Suge because Suge would have tried to play me. You know what I'm saying? Suge like to play you. I don't like Suge Knight at all. Because if you're going to play them, he surely would have played me. Suge type person think he could get me in there and whoop me. You know, he bring people in the room and whoop them. And Ray J said they was doing other stuff to people, which got a lot to do with this video. What I'm saying, because the whole thing with the egg, they saying Suge was doing certain things to men, had things done to men. That's why I'm saying, you know, it looked like Pac was trying to take him back on the bright side because Suge had him on the same thing Diddy was on, basically. They was violating men. Allegedly they was violating men, according to Ray J. And Danny Boy. According to Ray J and Danny Boy, Suge and them was violating men. According to Ray J and Danny Boy. Because Suge tried to say something slick about Danny Boy being gay. And Danny Boy like, hey, you was, look, hey, Suge, you remember what you was doing to me? Suge was violating people. Me and Suge, we wouldn't have got along, boy. Ain't no way I would have got along with Suge. I'm too skinny. Yeah, I'm too skinny. I ain't no, nah, I wouldn't have got along with Suge. I'm the type of person, as soon as I seen Suge in there punking everybody, I would have never came back. They'd been like, "What Pharaoh? He gone." I probably would have sent a letter. I resigned. Send me my last check. I ain't coming back. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I would have went around that. And I wouldn't have pow because I stayed the hell out the way. I would have stayed the hell out the way. As soon as that's negative energy, I'm gone. Way before. Let me go. I'm gone. You got all these bloods in here and y'all whooping people. As soon as I seen that energy, I would have been gone. Why would I stand here and let them jump me and humiliate me? And I'm in the industry. And once they humiliate me, they're going to go tell everybody. You know what I'm saying?